Hello, folks. So, let's learn about the first Christian martyr, which was Stephen. Yeah. Now, people say that Charlie Kirk was a martyr, and I have to speak with God about that. So, let's learn more about our Creator God, folks. Yeah. Here's the Bible verse for today's lesson. Yeah. And Stephen, full of faith and power, did great wonders and signs among the people. Acts 6, verse 8. This is from the New King James Version. Yeah. Let's get into the story, folks. Yeah. Stephen was a man of pity and faith. He was a student of the prophecies and learned in the law. He ably defended gospel truths and defeated his opponents with his arguments. He was soon brought to trial before the Sanhedrin. Jewish scholars from surrounding countries were summoned to refute his arguments. Among them was Saul of Tarsus, better known as Paul, who wrote a few books in the Bible. Yeah. Romans, and many others. Yeah. Because the priests and rulers could not discredit Stephen's doctrinal positions. They brought in false accusers who told lies about him. As Stephen faced his judges, his face shone with a holy radiance. He began his defense against outlying charges against him with a clear, thrilling voice, holding the assembly spellbound. He rehearsed the history of God's chosen people, demonstrating his own loyalty to God and to the Jewish faith. When he reached the coming of the Messiah and connected Jesus with this event, the priests pretended to be filled with horror and tore his robe. The Sanhedrin was in a tumult, and Stephen knew he was giving his last testimony. He concluded abruptly, turning on his infuriated judges with a scathing indictment of what they had done to Jesus. In satanic rage, his prosecutors grabbed him and cast him out of the city. Acts 7, verse 58. Turn in our Bibles to Acts chapter 7, verse 58. And cast him out of the city, and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their clothes at a young man's feet, whose name was Saul. Like I said, better known as Paul the Apostle, or Paul the Missionary. Yeah. Sorry, I'm wiggling the camera so much. Yes. Where they stoned him to death. But his death made a profound impression on Saul, who was to figure largely in the early church's subsequent history. Key thought. After the death of Stephen, Saul was elected a member of the Sanhedrin Council in consideration of the part he had acted on that occasion. But soon this relentless prosecutor was to be employed in building up the church that he was now tearing down. A mightier than Satan had chosen Saul to take the place of the martyred Stephen, to preach and suffer for his name. and to spread far and wide the tidings of salvation through his blood. The Acts of the Apostles, page 120. No, 102. Sorry. Today's lesson. In the last days, individuals will stand before tribunals, as did Stephen, to give an answer for their faith. God will be with them as he was with Stephen. Yeah. So, we would be prosecuted in the last days. And we're living in the last days, folks. So we need to keep our faith in Jesus Christ strong. Yes. Let's ask the Lord to help us keep the faith. Yes. Let's learn more about Creator God. Remember, God loves you. He died on the cross for you, folks. And risen from the dead. Yes, he did. And God bless. Adios, amigos. Until next time.